Among the new additions made to Donkey Kong Country 2 was the Transformation Barrel, a potentially magical device that replaces Diddy and Dixie with one of their animal buddies for a level, or transmogrifies their bodies together into a facsimile of the animal buddy like some sort of perfect chimera, or rips out their souls and places it into the husks of one of their friends. It's kinda unclear. This allowed the likes of Rambi and Squitter to ascend far past the likes of the Yoshis that inspired them, going from power-ups lost in a single hit to stars of their own levels. You couldn't exactly make a level revolve around one of the buddies if a single hit sets them loose and makes it impossible to finish. But with the power of transformation, Squawks could carefully fly through brambles with no ground in sight. On Guard could navigate underwater mazes littered with enemies only he could conquer. And Rambi. Well, Rambi just kinda had regular levels, but with more enemies for him to auto-kill. But he feels so good, like, you can't hate Rambi, come on. And to introduce this concept in full, the animal buddy chosen to lead the pack and leave a powerful first impression was Radley. Now, I love the springy snake plenty, but there's no doubt that he's the least popular of the 5 main animal buddies of DKC2, and understandably so. He's got unwieldy basic movement, needing to hop along the ground, has zero offensive options other than jumping on things, making him actively less versatile than the Kongs, and he replaced beloved Donkey Kong Country mainstay Winky the Frog, a crime that some will never forgive him for. He's an odd choice to introduce a whole new gameplay twist with, but his level is awesome. Rattle Battle might not have just been the right choice to show off what a full-fledged animal buddy level could do. It just might be the best use of an animal buddy in the whole game. Except maybe Animal Antics, Squawks is really good there. But solo, Radley is absolutely unmatched. Rattle Battle is situated right in the middle of DKC2's third world, Krem Key. The swampy ship graveyard has, up to this point, been filled with careful timing challenges. The game taking a more stop-and-go approach as you manage the rotations of timer barrels, clamber over triggerable crockhead obstacle courses, and Glimmer's Galleon, which hates the concept of sight. It's been a bit since the player could feel particularly confident about simply holding right. And with the Kongs starting to get much deeper into the Kremling home turf, Radley aims to fix that. You see, Radley isn't like most of the Kong's other friends. He's actually a Kremling turncoat, moved by the Kong's sense of family to strike back against his crocodilian commanders. As Diddy and Dixie enter Rattle Battle, they're brought into the cabin of a marooned galleon, identical to Captain K. Rool's own, as a sea shanty very reminiscent of the theme of the Gangplank Galleon kicks in. Radley's transformation barrel is the only thing present in the room, so the Kongs hop inside, trade places with the snake, and the swing kicks in for a joyride of a time. Rattle Battle is a celebration of sticking it to the Kremling forces, one of their own, taking their iconography and main theme and making a mockery of it, leaping over everything in their path with a carefree whimsy. It's a power trip played entirely at K. Rool's expense, and it's a hell of a time. Despite how unwieldy Radley may be to control, Rattle Battle is designed to make him feel like the most freewheeling, powerful snake he could possibly be. Most Radley levels are designed vertically, taking advantage of his super jump to scale huge distances, or have a wind element that makes him somehow even less predictable to control. Rattle Battle, however, is a totally horizontal level, Radley often very capable of leaping from one edge of the screen to another in a single bound. And putting a vertically designed character in a horizontal level is absolutely thrilling. Most enemies won't even have the chance to hit Radley as he bounces over them effortlessly. The kaboings littering the stage only serve to give Radley higher targets to jump off of as he easily sails past their best efforts. And zingers? Forget about it. Radley's more than happy to leap off the spiked hornets for free. And that's not even to mention Radley's super jump, the player able to bounce well over any obstacle at any time they want, soaring right off the screen and onto the head of an unsuspecting cannon. Rattle Battle should be an absolutely effortless stage with how broken Radley is for it. And yet, it's still a fun time, because who cares about playing optimally when it's this much fun to jump around? A player can take it slow and carefully avoid every single battle on the stage, making the level trivial, but the mood the music sets, the abundance of DK barrels to restore hit points, the simple joy of carrying Radley's momentum forward from bounce to bounce, that is way too tempting for a majority of players to give up. Rattle Battle is a power trip that is only balanced by the player having too much fun and getting too cocky, and I love that. Other Animal Buddy levels would go on to do some fantastic things. Screech's Sprint tests the player's mastery of Squawks' control in a high-altitude death race. Webwoods combines finesse and tension with Squitter in a unique way seen nowhere else in DKC2. Ramby Rumble is a fun chase sequence. Arctic Abyss, well, Ingard's naturally fun, so he gets a pass. But none of these quite capture the fun and freedom of a new gameplay experience that Radley thrashing the planks does. It's not a complex stage, or even one with particularly memorable level design, but it doesn't need to be. Sometimes you just have to put enough fun in front of the player, let them make mistakes in the learning process instead of tossing out gotcha moments, and set up theming to make it a real party. Rattle Battle is way more memorable and fun than it has any right to be, and that's just cool. Like a snake. Because they're cold-blooded, and Radley's cool. So, see you tomorrow!